In this tutorial, we are going to talk about cleaning up your pictures. And under cleaning up your pictures, we're going to talk about color correction, removing scratches, and removing spots. Then we're still going to talk about color balance, hue saturation, color match, brightness and contrast, and then the three simplest commands in Photoshop to correct your pictures. After that, we're going to take a look at blending and everything about creating backgrounds and using backgrounds in Photoshop. So let's dive in. Now the first thing we're going to take a look at is color correction. When you import a picture into Photoshop, the first thing you want to do is color correct the picture. Now there are three basic commands that enable you to do this very quickly. Though they might not be the best, but they are very fast and they help you to start up editing your pictures in time. Now the Photoshop's three auto commands are best suited for those less important images we don't want to spend a lot of time retouching. In this first tutorial, we'll start things off with looking at these three Photoshop's simplest, most popular and widely used commands for correcting tonal adjustments, tonal problems, and also color casting an image. Now, going into Photoshop, we have how do you locate these three tools? We go to image, go to adjustments, go to image. Under image, you have auto tone, auto contrast, and auto color. Now let's import a picture and see how this works. Now let's import this. Import this other picture. Plus this one. Okay, let's start with auto contrast. Now, what auto contrast does to a picture is basically to increase the overall color contrast. It just helps the picture to just pop. To an extent, the brightness areas of the picture become better. It doesn't really have anything to do with the color. It doesn't touch the color, it doesn't adjust the color. It just makes the picture a little bit brighter. And the auto contrast makes the picture brighter. The auto tone, it actually goes to an extent to determine how the colors are mixed. And the auto color, it corrects any unwanted color cast by neutralizing the midtones. So if in a way your colors, the picture you've taken has a little bit of greenish or bluish or reddish hue on it, what the auto color does is to bring it back to balance to an extent, making it look ideal for you to make use of the picture in whatever edit you are doing. You have this. What happens when we auto tone? Nothing. Auto contrast, auto color. It means the picture is balanced. Let's go to this. Auto tone, auto contrast, auto color. So that depends on what you want from your picture. Which of the commands do you feel is ideal for your picture? Okay, so it's basically how you color balance your picture before you start editing. Let's take it back to what it used to be. This is what the picture was. Auto tone, nothing. Auto contrast, nothing. Auto color, this. We go to this, let's see, auto color. So they all add a different hue to your picture. So, but then what you want to do is, let's forget about this to at least you know where the commands are right now. Let's go to color balance and hue saturation. Color balance and hue saturation, color balance, hue saturation, and brightness and contrast. This is where you actually do things manually. You basically want to choose how your picture looks. You go to images, adjustments, you go to brightness and contrast. You can increase or reduce the brightness of your picture here, the contrast of the picture here. Okay, you go to adjustments, go to color balance. These are three color channels, red, green and blue. So you are actually choosing what colors you want your picture to tend to. You want it to be bluish, you come this way. You want it to be yellowish, you come this way. You want it to be greenish, magenta, You want it to be reddish or cyan, this way. If you want cyan and magenta, you got it. You want this too, you got it. You want this red and this, you got it. So basically this is how you color balance. And this is actually adjusting just the midtones. Now see what happens when you click on shadow. Only the dark areas will be adjusted. Can you see? Only the dark areas are adjusted. Okay? The same thing happens when you click on highlights. Only the highlights are adjusted. Only the highlights. Only the highlights. So that's how this works. Go to hue saturation. What hue saturation does is it completely changes the overall color of the picture, and it affects each color at the same time. This hue changes the hue of each and every color that exists in a picture. Now if you increase brightness, it only increases the tone, saturation of every color. Usually it goes to black and white, and the lightness makes it either white or black. And you have now for this area, what you need to do is, for any color you select here, only that color is affected when you toggle this. Okay, so this is red, there's a bit of red here, that's why they change. Now if you choose yellow, there's a bit of every yellow changes. You choose green, this is a green, it changes. So that's that for hue and saturation. You can as well pick colors and remove colors from here. Now what else do we have here? We have that's basically what you need in this area. So now the next thing we're going to take a look at is removing scratches and removing spots. So you might import a picture and there's a lot of scratches and there's spots on it. So what you need is you need to know how to use your, let me just show you this tool. So you can identify all the tools by name. This is what we call here you have the move and selection tools. And in this section you have the crop and slice tool. This is a crop tool, there's a slice tool inside, and here you have the measuring tools right here. Right click, eyedropper, everything here is a measuring tool. Also you have the retouching and painting tools. This section, the retouching and painting tools, and here you have the drawing tools, and here you have the navigation tools. Okay, so what we need here right now is a retouching tools, which is this area. So now you import a picture, you want to retouch it. This maybe this kind of picture. Now you import it, you need to remove the spot. What do? You go to the retouching area, you right click. Now you have three different spots. You have three different tools here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you have the spot healing, you have the Helium Brush, you have the patch tool, content aware, red eye tool. Now what you need to do this is basically the spot healing tool. All you need to do is just go to that spot and click on it, it's gone. Once you click on the spots, it goes away. Very easy. It's not that difficult. And that's how you move spots from a picture. Let's try with another picture. You have, let's take this. Okay, you zoom in, you go to spot healing. If you can't find it, you click on this. You click, it's gone. Click, 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 click. So it's all gone. Okay, that's your spot healing. So what if your picture you just want to maybe fix an olden days picture that has scratches and all? What do? Let's bring this in. You have this. Okay, we zoom in. Now I want to fix all this. Your spot healing might really do nothing. Yeah, it works, but then this is not the best tool to make use of. This is not the best tool. So what you need to do is, let's re-import the picture. Now I have what we call the clone stamp. The clone stamp, you reduce the size of your clone stamp. So now what your clone stamp does is it samples an area and matches it to where you want to click on. So let's say we are sampling this, you hold your Alt, you click on here, so whatever is here, it copies it and pastes it here. So you Alt and you click, you've copied it, so can you see it's taking over, so you have to click. If it's not really doing the job, you have to increase the opacity here. Click. That's basically how you clone stamp. You pick another area close to where you want to clone stamp. You Alt, you click, and you clone stamp. Okay, and this is basically how you fix a picture. I'm loading this picture. You click Alt, you clone stamp. When you get here, you have to reduce the size of this. So let's try this out with another picture. Let's import this other picture. So basically, the Helium Brush can easily fix this. You go to the Helium Brush, just one click, it's done. Remember to duplicate your picture. Okay, you have to Alt click a reference point, which is anywhere close to the picture. That's for Helium Brush. So it's copying the image here and duplicating it. Just the same way the clone stamp works. That's how the Helium Brush works. As you can see, there's a cross here when I click. That's because I'm copying from here. I'm using it here. But the spot healing doesn't need to copy. It just samples from that area. So it's that simple. So now here you have to actually pick with this, pick from here, hold your Alt, click, so we're picking from that area. zoom in. For this point, you use a patch tool. You hold circular area, then you drag. It's a little bit more technical. But with time you get the hang of it. So let's go back to the Helium Brush. To the spot helium, you have to reduce the size. Now for this side of the face, you have to be more careful. Fix these areas first. Before you proceed to the side. You might need to sample areas. Just to be sure. So at this point, there are so many ways to fix this area. You can decide to take this carefully. Or you can decide to take from this area and fill this part. What you need to add, use the clone stamp tool to do this. It allows you to reduce the flow and the opacity. There will be more tutorials on this on my YouTube channel. This is just like seeing the basic methods of doing this. So with that, you work your way around the whole picture till you fix it. Now, fixing a picture takes a whole lot of time. You have to fix the edges, of the color, of the tone, of the contrast. Okay, and know what you want. I've explained what the tone and the contrast does to the picture. It samples all the color channels. So when you're done fixing the picture, you can now start coloring your picture. And that's basically on your own imagination. You have to think about what this suit could be. Is it navy blue? Is it black? Is it brown? Is it deep brown? Is it sky blue? It all depends on you. You have to try and Google other olden days pictures and try and figure out what color this curtain could be. It's all about your choice. There's no way you can find out from Photoshop what this color is. You have to decide what color you want to paint each and every one of them. But that is not for this tutorial right now. Fixing of pictures. I just want to show you how to remove spots, and that's basically why we're here. It's as easy as this. It's easy as this. Okay, so the face definitely is a white male. You can easily use yellow to light skin color, something like sepia or yellow to color the face. So it's not really a difficult thing. I'll cover that in another video.